All right, hello, this is Doyle Buehler, and I'm writing a new book on digital disruption. And I believe that you don't need to be Uber, Facebook, or Tesla to be able to disrupt your market and your industry. And today I'm going to be talking about topic number 9. I believe that there is a new pathway to disruption, and it's not just about being a startup anymore, right? There's a lot of ways to be able to do this, and I want to show businesses how they can actually create digital disruption with proper technology, methodology, and focus as well. So in this book, I'm going to be showing you how to leverage what you have, what is already there to provide that remarkable value and ensuing disruption for your audience. And the disruption mindset, again, that's topic number 9 in my writing adventure, my writing journey. And really what it is it's about, I guess there are technical definitions of disruptive and disruptive innovation. And one of the good ones from a while back was from Clayton Christensen's 1997 book, The Innovator's Dilemma, where he talked about disruptive innovation. And there obviously is a lot of research in that regard, but what it fundamentally comes down to is how are you going to affect your market progressively, actively, in a timely manner to deliver your value. And that's really the disruption that I'm talking about. You can go sort of a steady state ongoing, and you might have a little bit of increase, your typical growth curve and that sort of thing, which most businesses do. But what I want to find out and what I wanted to leverage is how do you actually move that quicker or faster or better or that sort of thing. So what do you need to put in place to be able to do that? And that's really what the book is about in terms of, okay, what pieces do you need to be able to do that? And how I've identified it is basically through purpose, patterns, platforms, process, and production as well. So if you're putting those 5 elements together, that's what's going to help you get there. But in the meantime, you have to look at disruption rather as a mindset to say, look, we can actually take the technology, and I've spoken about this before, take the technology and leverage it, right? You don't have to be a technology producer or provider or whatever the case may be. You can still actually utilize that quite interestingly as well. And it's basically taking a new, fresh look at what it is to be disruptive and not causing, the negative connotations of that, but what can you actually do to position yourself better in your market and provide better value as well. So in my mind, it's really a way of thinking. So it gives you that foundation, that structure to say, hey, this is important. If I can actually compartmentalize these different aspects of my business, what's next and how can I actually leverage that? And that's the disruption that I'm talking about. So taking the normal day-to-day operations and stuff like that and saying, how do we actually stand out? How do we actually get things going? How do we produce those connections with our audience, and how do we create that remarkable value as well on an ongoing basis? Because without that, there really isn't much to be able to do that. And I've taken my own startups back in the day, and I'm not saying that you have to be a startup to be able to do this, and I'm not saying the other side of that equation either, is that being a startup is not a bad thing, right? They can work hand in hand, and one of the things that the advantages that you have as a startup is that you do have that fresh thinking. You do have that, yeah, let's get business done quickly and get the products out there and get the business moving. So a lot of times we're missing out on that. So we kind of, if you've ever been involved in a startup, like I said, I've been involved in a couple myself, you kind of get that sense of energy and excitement and interest, and you're building something fascinating, and we kind of lose that at the end of the day, right? We're not sure. We kind of get into the ho-hum of business, and I think that that's wrong. And it's that sort of that mindset that sort of continues to play out as being mediocrity, right? And that's what really is I'm against in the end, is how do you actually move your business from mediocrity, the day-to-day stuff, to doing something different. So if you can actually plan this out, if you can parlay what it is that you want to do and how you're going to do it, then that's important. So it's about thinking about business and how startups actually move forward towards that process and what it takes to kind of recapture that startup. And if you haven't been in a startup, that's perfectly fine, right? the fact is that you want to do something different. You want to do something a little bit more efficient, a little bit more, practical. You want to connect with your audience. You want to deliver good value as well. And that's what I'm calling digital disruption, as well as using the tools, using the resources that you have in the digital space to be able to, again, move forward in your own industry as well. So that's basically what I'm talking about. Is, there's a huge gap because from a startup to sort of an operating business, we kind of miss that, and we lose that excitement, we lose that interest, and we feel that we're being overcrowded, there's too much competition and that sort of thing. But again, my whole premise is that we can actually do that. We can sort of build beyond that if we have the right tools, if we have the right methodology. So again, it's a process of the mind too. It's saying, how can we actually do this? How can we create digital disruption? Because the way the economy is growing, if we're able to create that mindset, then we can actually institute it many times, not just once, and to grow something and then that sort of falls flat, or that sort of, again, flatlines as well. It's to how to grow that that mindset into everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. So that's really what I'm talking about. Is it's a way of thinking. It's a way of doing something different that creates some opportunities for you and your business and your audience and the people involved as well. So that's what I really want to get across, is making sure that we have that mindset that says, we don't have to be mediocre rather. If we have the right tools, if we have the right pieces in place, then we can actually grow fast. We can actually do things a little bit differently. We can put those pieces in place that will help us stand out and help us disrupt our industry. And of course, using the tools of digital, because that's where I'm coming from. So I hope that's helpful. So that's topic number 9, the disruption mindset. Would love to hear your feedback. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them wherever you see comments section on the video, and I'll be happy to answer any questions as well that you have. And again, this is my sort of writing project, so I'm writing a 30 to 40,000 word book that's going to be coming out in the next couple months, and this is one of the segments as well, so the disruption mindset. So hope you've enjoyed it. Again, would really appreciate your feedback. If you would like to sort of keep track of things, go to disruptors.digital and sign up, and then I'll be sending you specific updates of the actual content as I write the book. So again, fantastic. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you online.